Kanye West is the greatest artist of the 21st century, no disrespect to Justin Bieber.
How that sound? Wow!
Ranking Kanye albums is always hard because he doesn't have a bad album. This ranking we will not include collaborative albums like Watch the Throne, Cruel Summer, or one of my favorites, Kids See Ghosts. I have zero musical talent, so this will be judged from the perspective of a fan who has seen Kanye perform live 9 different times, and I even proposed to my wife at one of his concerts. Number 11 is going to be Donda 2. Now, this is not fair to Donda 2 because it just released last week and it only released on the stem player and I couldn't afford to buy a stem player. It's 11 with an asterisk. Jesus King comes in at number 10. Millions of people who listen to this album had never listened to Christian music before. And Kanye was expanding somewhere spiritually, going through a lot of personal stuff. So it was cool to see him going to a spiritual side. I did see the making of this album when I watched him perform Sunday service at Coachella 2019. He debuted the song Water at this Sunday service, and overall the song is okay and the rest of the album is okay, but there are some songs that are bangers like God Is, that song is fire. Use This Gospel and Every Hour are my favorite songs on the album. Ye was Kanye taking him and his closest homies to Wyoming. Quick challenge, name 2 states that are next to Wyoming because I bet you probably can't. Ye felt very raw and less polished than most of his previous work, and at the beginning of the album you feel the emotions when he plays I Thought About Killing You. Some of the thoughts that he's been having, or we all kind of go through, especially after 2020. The album's only 7 songs long, is very short, and some of the bangers are Ghost Town, Violent Crimes, and I Thought About Killing You, like I mentioned earlier. Ghost Town is so good, bro. Like, that's one of my probably top 20 Kanye songs. We'll do a ranking later. Kanye is a genius marketer, and I had never heard of an artist selling out arenas just to listen to an album, and he did that 3 different times. Now, Kanye West performed Donda at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and at Chicago Soldier Field, which he recreated his childhood home and he set it on fire. Now, Donda is a collection of all his best work rolled into one album. The album is good, but maybe a little too long with 27 songs. Imagery of this set in Chicago, like, it still haunts me when he sets himself on fire, walks out, meets Kim Kardashian wearing a wedding dress, and then the feed just cuts. Like, that's the end of the broadcast. That was crazy. My favorite songs are Jail, 24, No Child Left Behind, Praise God. But we need a full Donda tour. We'll appreciate these albums more because listening to live music just kind of changes your whole perspective, at least for me.
Incredible. Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer. It's amazing.
I remember back in 2008 or 2009 during the NBA playoffs, they used to remake the song Amazing to highlights of like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James or Kevin Garnett on YouTube. You can still find some of these older videos and play it with NBA highlights. Like, it's just ingrained in my mind. Also launched the careers of Kid Cudi, Drake, and The Weeknd. We wouldn't have them without this album. Some of my favorite songs, of course, Heartless, Love Lockdown, Welcome to Heartbreak, Coldest Winter are just classics. Number 6 on the list, we have Late Registration, and this one's filled with anthems like Gold Digger, Diamonds from Sierra Leone Remix, Hey Mama, Touch the Sky, basically the whole album. For some reason, out of the original 3 albums, this is my 3rd favorite.
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
Yeezus is one of my personal favorite Kanye albums. I saw him twice at the Yeezus tour back in 2013 with his epic Mountain. He had the diamond mask on. Every song on this album is straight fire. There's no skits, there's no misses. This album was made in Europe as Kanye was exploring different European sounds and has a unique feel to it. It has a different era of Kanye. Songs like Black Skinhead, I Am a God, New Slaves. The songs are just so fire. You have Bound 2 with the video with Kim with the terrible green screen that was recreated by Seth Rogen. Like, I was in college 2013, so just everything from my memories, from my experiences. I don't know, it makes me feel good when I listen to this album. Ultralight Beam, To Farther Stretch My Hands makes you feel like you're floating in a cloud. Like, Life of Pablo had a listening party from Madison Square Garden back in 2016. The era of Life of Pablo was Kanye coming back into being the best in the industry. You know, the Life of Pablo tour with the floating stage, people dancing under the stage, the insane visuals, and just going crazy. I saw him in Vegas and I saw him in Anaheim. The Vegas show was just incredible. Now, during the tour is when he started to have some of the health problems, the mental health problems. One of his concerts in Sacramento, he ended up going on like a 30-minute rant, ended up his tour. Chance the Rapper and Ultralight Beam, Real Friends, Wolves, 30 Hours, Famous. Absolutely love this era, 2016.
I wait till I give my money right.
Graduation is the perfect album, and no one really talks about it enough. Any cover of any Kanye album has to be the Graduation cover. That's my favorite cover. The bear being launched into space, like, that's just dope to me. Like, I absolutely love it. Can't Tell Me Nothing, that's my favorite Kanye song of all time. It gets me out of a depression every single time whenever I need to just boosts my morale. I listen to this song and it makes me feel invincible. Homecoming, Flashing Lights, Good Life, Stronger are better than like 99% of anyone's best songs ever made. This is just good music that just feels good and makes you feel good about yourself. Now that we're getting to the top 2, every Kanye fan has at least 2 of these albums in the top. And the next album on this list is College Dropout. Especially after watching the Netflix documentary Yeezus, you get to see how a lot of these songs were made and how the industry didn't believe him as a rapper. They just thought he was a producer. Feels so good. It warms my heart. Some of the best storytelling I've ever heard in a rap album and just in an album in general, with the most incredible sounds and hilarious skits. I didn't even know that dude from Wild and Out did those skits. Some of my personal favorite songs are Family Business, All Falls Down, Last Call, Slow Jams. I wish I got to see how they filmed Last Call in the documentary. Now recently the College Dropout was actually top 10 in the Billboard charts because of the documentary. New fans are exploring the beginning of Kanye West and they understand why people love this guy. You know, you're a young kid coming up, you just see Kanye on the headlines. He's wearing a red hat, he's saying all these controversial things, he's doing all this stuff with his ex-wife, you know, and that's not who Kanye is. Like, yeah, that's part of Kanye and that's a part of like what comes with being an artist and what comes with him being a genius. So Kanye, if you're watching this, please do a 20-year anniversary tour to the College Dropout.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Following Kanye spitting facts at the VMAs in 2009, Kanye went into a hiatus in Hawaii and he invited a roster of some of the best artists, upcoming artists, and producers to just create a masterpiece. Kanye was already a hip-hop legend when this album released on an all-time greats like Michael Jackson and Vicente Fernandez. Came out my senior year of high school and I got to see him perform this album at Coachella 2011. I became obsessed with Kanye West. Like, I just became one of his biggest fans then. Too many classics on this album, like Power, All of the Lights, the verse from Monster. Like, Nicki Minaj just kills that song.
Hotter than the Middle Eastern climate. 20 my Tyranda, T-Wine it.
Even Runaway, like if you've been to a Kanye concert, Kanye literally presses one little keypad and the whole crowd goes crazy. Then you have Blame Game, Chris Rock, and then the greatest guitar solo in history with the delayed Rick Ross verse. Fuck, guys. So let me know your rankings down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I love you, Kanye!